So this is an upload for July 25th, 2024. So I just want to post this before I show you. I do buy my ticket to go see Mr. Bangy on October 8th to the 12th. I just want to show you real quick. May not be the whole thing, but there it is. So now, like I said, that $25, old-fashioned Berber. Alright, so let's get into story time. It says Kim loves story time. Amazing. So currently, assuming Nina sent me, currently at 35 subs on this channel, which is awesome. Thank you so much. The last one, I didn't look, but I think I saw one view, but don't quote me. But overall, 11 views total. I mean combined. 35 subs. So now, story time. This is longer than like in my head. Alright, so as most of you know, my mom passed away in 2016. My dad passed in 2018. I had gotten my mom's IRA money kind of float I don't have now. So a year after my dad passed away, I was trying to get out of my care home. I definitely had enough. I started my own credit card, which I ended up paying. Then it took a year, and mind you, I'm going way forward in the story, a year to get where I'm living at now. I'm going on 5 years. But in 2018, I did start slowly starting streaming at a local hotel. Now it's for homeless people due to COVID. Then once I had the opportunity to leave my care home, I submitted a low-income housing application. It took a year. The lady wanted me to move in July, but I wanted to have San Andreas paid off before I moved here. So I moved in August of 2019, the middle after COVID had started. So going backwards, so I was really using YouTube for postings, more watching than participating. So then at the time I got into watching Nick, Brandon, Sullivan, Vic, Mr. Obama, of course. And I'm going, this could be good, since I'm really into computers. Thanks, Dad. So most of you on there make it look easy if you're a streamer. So I started to get out of my crappies. started live streaming on YouNow when YouNow was YouNow, not current YouNow. Then I started finding out, aka official Mr. Bomb. He found me back, I found him back. Even though he couldn't do big coins at the time, he did what he could. I love you for it, thank you. Made the first my version 4, so I don't know when you know what the crap, but it's for me anyway. But yeah, he was my big fan, and he found me back, which is awesome. So of him, then he left YouNow due to certain circumstances, not his fault, some other organization. Then he went to stream on Twitch, TikTok, so please fan him up on TikTok. Even though TikTok is technically gone, he's still streaming on there, so please follow him on TikTok. Either find him on official Mr. Bomb, Mr. Bomb, or Mr. Bomb Art on TikTok. Present day, so usually comes in claiming to be aka Lance Bass. And don't ask me which group, it's either NSYNC or Backstreet, whichever it is, but you know who he is. And you know he's married, obviously has his own kids. So said person comes in, asks me, oh, do you want to go on a date with so-and-so? Mind you, Mr. Bomb has his user on there, but since it's technically terminated, he can't use it. So if you're listening, I think it was you, and you did an alias, but I can't find that person, even though there are other users with that name for Lance. So I think it's you, silly boy. Anyway, so he came in and I said yes. And then I am him on Facebook. And I said, I'm paraphrasing. Something strange happened in like Ghostbusters. A fan came in, asked me if I want to go on a date with so-and-so. Mind you, I love your reaction. He goes, oh really? Like you didn't know. Anyway, just by that, I said yes. And then we definitely got talking a little more. But we're not done talking. There's way more talking. So, yeah, I call him King Brandy. That's kind of an inside brain thing. I had that wrong. Okay, I wrote it wrong here. So, 8th to the 12th. Gonna go back to work on the 15th. We're definitely having dinner. I'm gonna try to get both of us to have stream time. I'm definitely gonna see his house. I want to see his house. Since his house is practically near something, which I won't say, but I want to see the sign. And then we'll talk about future, 5 year out, moving, getting, going forward with a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, which I'll definitely have him write update as it goes once we actually are together. And October I'm going to start buying 4 totes. I'm going to start creating some blank out with I'm not showing it, but over there, that crap out. $12.99 for 1 tote, so I'm paying about $60 for 4 totes. And I'm my friend helped me get it from the store, and then we'll have lunch. But yeah, let's assuming I'm not working on the weekend. Right now, the next 2 Sundays I'm actually working. So, that's my story time. So, update, I just showed you, I bought a bus train ticket to see Mr. Bon Voyage in October. Only paid $198 round trip. After October, we'll update on plans on leaving CVS Center at some point in the near future. The only stipulation is that they figure out at some point about pension. Vanguard, which is able to take a hardship to cover rent next month. And take a minimum distribution of $1,000 and only give me $890 after taxes. Then all of August, stay home September. October, go see Mr. Baum. We'll take an Amtrak bus to Glendale, California, with one transfer, which is Santa Barbara. And that's only 20 minutes. We'll leave San Jose at 6:20 a.m. I'm going to skip today anyway. Arrive in Glendale at 4:33. And then Charlie meet up with King Mommy. Hail King! This was the first night, hang at the hotel. I'm gonna buy pizza and just have a night, just relax and say hi. Have dinner, chill the night, then see what let's see what happens with the rest, but pretty much it's gonna happen. Total oh, those were Amtrak. Okay, so Amtrak's 200, we say. Hotel is about a little under 700. You don't lie. But I can definitely reserve it next month, which I'll show you the I'll take a picture of the reservation and I'll show you in my phone. Return on the 14th will be Glendale. Leave, I think that might change, but for today, let's pretend 11:26 a.m. arrive back in San Jose at 8:25 p.m. So that's 2 accounts again for you now. So I have 12,673 diamonds. Cash value, which I can't do it yet, is $1.27. Crown, on both of them I'm roughly at 2nd crown. So I'm like 2.5 away on both for the 3rd. 27,193 more likes by July 31st, which ain't gonna happen. Props, rounded off 41 to level 87 on that one. So I'm like 13 levels shy of 100. Coins, 11,746. Pearls, 4.2 mil. Prop chest is at, I'm going to do 500,000, so I can actually open it. I'm at 359,000. Sorry, my eye is tripping. I'm 360,541. And thanks to these top fans, Iron Woman, Scarlet, Zoth, and Jelly. And the last one on this stream, the highest I got was 48,928 likes. Thank you. I have 1.5k fans. I'm 269 fan of. Then on the other one, I'm at 5,300. Or 5,138. Sorry. And that one cash out is 51 USD. Crown, I'm at 34,000. Or 24. Let's round up 25,000. July 1st. I still have to send at least 16,000 likes in order to get the next level. 0.945 in props. The additional 1,500 pearls with the next level of 39. Down here I have almost 13,000 in coins. Pearls, I'm almost at 71,000. Top fans are Josephina, thank you. She's been on there forever. If you guys will watch her on YouNow, please fan her up. Paige, been on there forever. Iron Woman. Don't remember how long she's been on there, but she's very nice, really cool. So please fan these 3 people up. I need more views on that one when it comes to likes. Almost close to 300 fans, or however you want to call it. And then I'm at 51 fan of. Okay, so on to the yucky stuff. State bill threatens landline services in Santa Clara County after public outcry across the Bay Area. State regulators this week barred AT&T from pulling out a crucial lifeline for hard to reach residents in remote pockets of Santa Clara County, basic landline service. But on the eye of California Public Utilities Commission, Thursday's decision of state law proposal about horse racing was gutted and amended to legislation that would give the telecommunications giant another way to phase out its statewide landline duty. The new Assembly Bill 2797 would relieve telephone carriers from the carrier of last resort designation if they submit a notice showing a lack of basic customers or that alternative carrier services are available in a given area. The Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors on Tuesday voted unanimously to approve AB 2797, which connectivity advocates have slammed as an attempt to get around state regulators. This disconnect could leave county residents in rural parts of South County, Santa Cruz Mountains, Diablo Range, San Jose, and the dark during natural disaster. The carrier of last resort designated required AT&T to provide minimum telephone service in exchange for the right to cross state-owned land. AT&T applied to exit its designation last year, prompting more than 5,000 letters to the Utilities Commission from members of the public who mostly opposed the request, which would have withdrawn minimum service from areas across Silicon Valley. Significant portions of those areas fall within high fire threat districts, state earthquake fault zones, seismic hazard zones in various parts of the county. Alternatives to landline service that AT&T guarantees as the carrier of last resort are non-existent, unreliable, or costly, county employees said. I know we hate hearing about Trump. I don't have anything about Kamala, but once I get something about Kamala, I will definitely tell you. Former President Trump's guilty verdict is in his hush money trial rocketed the world this weekend and will continue to play out before and after the upcoming election. His lawyers will continue to fight for an appeal as maestro while the Biden camp uses the verdict to their advantage. But who can argue that this was not politics? The trial was full of inconsistencies, and the verdict pertained to his use of a payment to influence his 2016 presidential campaign. With the information, Hillary Clinton did the same in 2016 election, and she was fined $8,000. That's it. Slap on the wrist. The Bay Area's newest water park, boasting as the largest in Northern California, has announced its opening date this month. The much-anticipated Calabunga Water Park in San Jose has set for June 29th as its grand opening. The new 23-acre attraction is on South White Road and overlooks Lake Cunningham. It's on the site formerly occupied by long-running theme park Raging Waters, which closed last year. Calabunga is run by the newly established Sacramento-based family entertainment group California Dreaming. The park promises a family adventure with more than 1 million gallons of water, attractions including slides, rides, and kiddie areas. As part of the site's renovations and upgrades, the park said it has also added new shade structures, cabanas, as well as more culinary options, including food trucks. Tickets range from $49.99 for general admission when purchased online to $59.99 when purchased on site. For children ages 3 to 9 and seniors, tickets start at $34.99 online and $49.99 at the gate. Children 2 under are free. Season passes are also available. In addition to the water park, Calabunga is planning to open an exciting new attraction at the site later this summer, or a garden and restaurant open year-round called Cal Soleil. Visitors can expect dining, live music, drinks, and the space to hold special events. BART. See how far I get on this one. Phase 2 of BART Silicon Valley Extension break ground on Friday. VTA expects to hear by next month about the fate of $68 billion request for federal funding to buoy the $12.7 billion project. The latest phase of the Santa Clara Transportation Authority BART Silicon Valley Extension project will break ground this Friday, according to VTA. Phase 2 of VTA's BART Silicon Valley Extension project begins construction to build a 6-mile BART line from the Berryessa Transit Center through downtown San Jose. It is planned to eventually end with a station in the city of Santa Clara. Phase 1, completed in 2020, added BART service from Warner Springs Station to Fremont through Milpitas and ending at Berryessa Station in North San Jose. It includes 2 stations, each part of 2 larger transit centers at Milpitas Transit Center and Berryessa Transit Center. The $12.7 billion project is still seeking almost $6 billion from Federal Transit Administration to cover half of its estimated expenses. The VTA expects to hear early July about the percentage the federal government is willing to pay. In the past several months, the estimated price tag has gone from $12.2 billion to $12.75 billion, according to VTA. They explained that this increase came after project managers and oversight consultants advised that the expanding cost of construction in California over the 12-year construction period must be considered. The project received a vote of confidence from the FCA, which allocated $500 million toward it for federal 2024 fiscal year budget. Planners are moving forward with a single-bore tunnel design for the 5-mile underground portion. The other mile of track will be built above ground. However, concerns have been raised for the public about the cost and environmental impact of a single-bore design versus the more commonly used twin-bore design. Critics believe that the ever-increasing cost is partly due to the selection of a single-bore tunnel, according to the Bay Area Transportation Working Group, a volunteer group of transportation advocates and professionals who keep up with and try to improve public transit in the Bay Area. The group sent out a press release this week describing what they think are major flaws in VTA's overpriced subway. The focus on the single-bore tunnel design that they say has never been used for any subway in the U.S. as a more costly, risky, environmentally damaging alternative to twin bores. The substantially larger, deeper single-bore design will require much more soil to be excavated and removed, the group said. Some of the concerns from the public during Friday's joint VTA-BART working committee were about ventilation, accessibility throughout the railway system in case of emergency, and the ability to quickly evacuate. The project is expected to be completed in 2037. The next joint VTA-BART working committee meeting will take place in August, the board of directors said. So, Miss Lena, since you know the story, a security guard at CVS store in Fremont was fatally shot following an altercation Thursday night, police said. The shooting occurred around 11 p.m. when a reporting party said the on-duty security guard at the CVS in the Fremont Hub Shopping Center got into a verbal altercation, according to officials. The argument quickly escalated, leading to the security guard being shot and the other person involved suffering several stab wounds, according to Fremont police. It was not clear what began the altercation. The security guard was pronounced dead at the scene. Police said the other individual was transported to a hospital to be treated for injuries. Fremont police did not report any arrests as of Friday afternoon. The Alameda County Coroner's Bureau said Friday it was not releasing information about this case. At this time, the Fremont hub CVS was temporarily closed. The company said nearby stores continued to serve customers during the temporary closure, the spokesperson said. How much would you be willing to pay to take high-speed train between Las Vegas and Southern California to avoid sitting in traffic? Brightline founder Chairman Wes Edens told the Los Angeles Times round-trip tickets will take the high-speed rail between the two locations could cost over $400. Edens said the company is experimenting with pricing, but right now prices are similar to airline tickets, meaning the cost changes depending on when you book. Sorry. Still trying to eat dinner. Those prices could eventually come down. For example, we're looking at Brightline ticket prices for this weekend. Using their rail line between Orlando and Miami, round trip tickets range from $49 to $149. Federal officials have authorized $3 billion in taxpayer money to fund the $12 billion project. The company will also have access to $3.5 billion in taxes and bonds. Brightline West also previously received $25 million from a separate federal grant to build stations in California. The rest of the funding is expected to be covered by private capital and private activity bonds. In addition to cost, the project faces other challenges like location. The Las Vegas station will be located near Colorado Ranch Boulevard and Blue Diamond Road, while Rancho Cucamonga station will be located about 40 miles away from downtown Los Angeles. Both stations will still require riders to take additional modes of transportation like taxis, ride fulfillment services to reach their final destination across both cities. Hence, my trip to see Mr. Bond. According to Brightline, the average road trip between Las Vegas to Southern California is about 4 to 5 hours. And the new high-speed rail line will take about 2 hours. So, for me, it would be bus, train, Uber. That not cool. Documents filed by the company previously revealed Brightline is planning on operating 50 trains per day, 25 in each direction, between Las Vegas and Rancho Cucamonga. They will all depart at 45-minute intervals between 5:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. Another big question: is there actually demand for rail travel? According to public bond filing, Brightline's Ford operations posted an operating loss of $198 million during the first 9 months of last year. Meanwhile, Brightline West crews are continuing field investigation work in Southern California and Nevada. The updated list of project areas are listed in the article. Brightline officials say motorists should be cautious when traveling through the following working zones. The rail line is expected to break ground this year, and construction is projected to last about 4 years and open in time for the Olympics, which are scheduled to be held in Los Angeles in 2028. That's the same year the Las Vegas will host the NCAA men's basketball Final Four. San Jose's largest mobile home park gets new management. San Jose's largest mobile home park is under new management and looks secure from development. This is what I was telling you about, Mr. Adams Management Services took over Silicon Valley Village Mobile Home Park, formerly Westman's Mobile Home Park, on September 1st. The management company entered into a 10-year agreement with the park's landowners, the Nicholson Family Partnership, and promises to retain the park's zoning for its more than 1,600 residents. The management company's next steps include reviewing park conditions, introducing new managers to the community. San Jose has the highest number of mobile home parks of any city in the state, yet residents who often have low incomes or on low fixed incomes still face threats of park closures and eviction. While the city has overachieved it when it comes to building market rate housing, it has not yet met its target for moderate and lower incomes. The City of San Jose is prioritizing mobile home park residents. City Council David Cohen, whose district includes the Silicon Valley Village, council members approved a plan more than 2 years ago to protect mobile home parks by requiring council approval of any closure or attempts to convert parks into high-density market rate housing. San Jose funds affordable housing for low-income families. San Jose leaders has approved $7.3 million in Measure E funds for very low-income affordable housing development in South San Jose. The $4.5 million multi-family development is the latest affordable housing project to be approved under Measure E since city officials announced $50 million in funding for 4 projects in October. The 48 apartment project will reserve 23 homes for very low-income families and 25 for extremely low-income families. Developer Catholic Charities will construct the project on a 1.6-acre lot at 5885 Santa Teresa Boulevard, behind the South Bay Dance Center. Along with city money and more than $4 million in funding from Santa Clara County, there will be financing that includes $720,000 from Federal Home Loan Bank of New York and another bank loan of about $6.6 million plus a project equity investment of $26.7 million. Santa Clara County Housing Authority is providing more than $19 million for 21 vouchers to subsidize rent for large, very low-income families. For a family of 5 in the county, the bracket would be $99,550 annually. For any family of 8, it would be $121,650 according to the State Housing Department. A key amenity at the Santa Teresa site will include a food access plan for all residents on the property, city officials said. Catholic Charities Housing anticipates partnering with Second Harvest Food Bank or Martha's Kitchen to deliver the food to the site, which will feature a 520 square foot multi-purpose community room equipped with a full kitchen, including pantry, commercial refrigerator, freezer. Hawthorne Senior Apartments, also among the 4 Measure E backed projects prioritized by city officials last year, was approved for $15.2 million in funding to develop 101 homes in May. The city prioritized 4 projects among 17 total proposed multi-family housing developments. The remaining 13 are wait-listed indefinitely. Big Lots is closing 40 stores as of most bankruptcy. Mind you, I used to work for Big Lots. So Big Lots is McFrugal is the Big Lots. Big Lots is McFrugal. And it used to be owned, or still is owned, or was owned by Pak'nSave. Anyway, sorry. Discount retailer Big Lots will close 35 to 40 stores this year as to consider bankruptcy. The city's elevated inflation and decreases in consumer spending are reasons for its closure. It marks the latest chain with a large footprint in California to file for bankruptcy. Others include Red Lobster, Rite Aid, Bed Bath & Beyond. A spokesman for Big Lots did not immediately respond to emails seeking comment and information on which stores be closing. Potential bankruptcy was first reported by the New York Post, where are Big Lots. Where are Big Lots in California? Okay, so California has 109 Big Lots stores, second only to Texas. 116 in the nation. According to the website, discount chain has locations all over California, including 3 in Fresno, the most in one city in the state. What other discount stores are closing in California? Well, in April, 99-cent stores. Stores announced they were closing all of its 371 locations. With the first store opening in Los Angeles in 1982, 99-cent stores only spread across the West with locations in California, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. In June, Dollar Tree Inc. announced it bought the leases of 99-cent stores around the western U.S. Dollar Tree also acquired the Northern California intellectual property of 99-cent stores and selected on-site furniture, fixtures, equipment as part of the purchase. A group of Silicon Valley mayors want to know how funds will be divided if voters pass a measure to build and preserve affordable housing across the region. A letter signed by 12 mayors, Santa Clara County's 15 municipalities, went to the Board of Supervisors on July 5th, asking the county to establish an expenditure plan for the $20 billion regional housing bond measure proposed by the Bay Area Housing Finance Authority before the November election. Sunnyvale Mayor Mary Klein spearheaded the letter and said the county needs to outline how it plans to spend the $2.4 billion it expects to receive if the bond passes. So voters now know how the money might get used in their city. The estimated cost of residents is $19 per 100,000 of assessed property value, according to a May report from the Housing Finance Authority. In June, report on the bond said the Housing Finance Authority will publish its spending plan before the election, but gives no timeline for San Jose and the county, which are direct recipients, to finalize their plans. A presentation from the Housing Finance Authority on the bond is set on early 2025 deadline for the spending plan after the election. If approved, the bond's $20 billion would spread across 9 counties, 4 individual cities. Santa Clara County would get $2.4 billion, San Jose slated to receive a separate $2.1 billion. Klein said he supports efforts to build more affordable housing, and his experience on Measure A Oversight Committee have shown him how important it is to identify how people would be allocated, or how money would be allocated. He added it's important to decide allocation before the election to better inform voters. The 2016 Measure A housing bond brought in $950 million to help build more than 4,800 affordable homes and over 50 projects. Every city needs are very dependent on what land and tools the cities have available. Klein used Sunnyvale as an example, which has a large stack of office buildings that could be converted to housing. That meant not be an option in cities where fewer office spaces, such as Montecito, aka Los Gatos, where a program facilitating accessory dwelling units might make more sense to add density to single family. Neighborhood county officials are preparing a response from the Board of Supervisors. Susan Ellenberg and Vice President Supervisor Otto Lee, they plan to invite the mayors to an initial conversation at a county board meeting in August after the summer recess. Ellenberg said she hopes the mayors attend and share what projects are already underway in each of the cities. She also stressed that the building of more affordable housing is only one piece of the county's overreaching solution to homelessness. While the bond would help create more housing, Ellenberg said the county is also working on other options to support vulnerable populations, such as homelessness prevention programs, to help people before they lose their housing. As of last year, the county's homelessness population has grown from 3% since 2019 to totaling 9,903 people, of which 1,026 are in families. For every one Santa Clara County household that was housed in 2023, nearly 2 households became homeless, according to the county's year-end analysis of its 2020 to 25 community plan to end homelessness. The conversation in August would give supervisors the opportunity to learn what programs are being explored in various cities at the same time, what Ellenberg said would lead to some direction and potential action from the entire board. So, President Biden revealed a series of proposals aimed at lowering housing costs on Tuesday, as inflation and elevated home prices are shaping up to be a decisive issue for voters this year. The plan, which is subject to congressional approval, calls for withdrawing tax credits from landlords who raise rent by more than 5% per year. Here, the max is 10. Beginning this year and for the next 2 years, the plan would apply only to larger landlords who have more than 50 units in the portfolio, at least here anyway. Though the counts for more than 20 million rental units across the country, according to the White House, the policy would include an exception for new construction of buildings that are being substantially renovated that's aimed at incentivizing new rental public construction and increase supply of apartment homes for rent, which overall inflation is slowing. The cost of housing remains one of the biggest struggles to many Americans. A record high 22.4 million renter households spent more than 30% of their income on rent and utilities in 2022. The last time data was measured, according to a report from the Joint Center of Housing Studies at Harvard, that presents an increase of 2 million households over the previous 3 years. New inflation data released last week showed that the shelter inflation rose in June as the slowest pace in 3 years. On an annual basis, the housing prices hikes rose 5.2%, outpacing overall inflation. According to recent polling, the issue is of high importance to voters, with 36% of Americans citing economic issues as the most important problem in this county today, according to a June Gallup poll. 14% specifically said that the high cost of living was the biggest problem in the U.S. It's unlikely Congress will pass a bill containing such a proposal this close to the presidential election, though some federal lands could be repurposed for housing. Biden announced 2 additional efforts aimed at reading in high housing costs on Tuesday. Several federal agencies said they would assess whether to use surplus federally owned land to build affordable homes at the urging of the Biden administration. According to the White House, for example, the Bureau of Land Management said it would open a public comment period on the sale of 20 acres of public land in Nevada at below market value to create affordable housing. While the U.S. Postal Service said it plans to repurpose some unused properties for housing. On Tuesday, Biden, along with the Housing and Urban Development Acting Secretary Adrian Tobin, also announced $325 billion in grant funding to 7 cities to build more homes and revitalize neighborhoods. Those cities include Houston, Miami, Las Vegas, Syracuse, Trenton, New Jersey, Huntsville, Alabama. Rent cap proposals faces a pushback from housing groups. The Biden administration has addressed home as affordability in the past, proposing mortgage relief credit during the State of the Union address earlier this year that would provide $5,000 per year for 2 years middle-class first-time home buyers. In a statement after debate, the Housing Solution Coalition, an alliance of major housing organizations, including a major mortgage banker association, said that Biden's plan for rent caps would hurt renters rather than help them. However, a senior administration official said that the plan to cap rents is only intended to serve as a 2-year bridge until rental units enter the market, bringing down rents that are currently at 1.6 million units under construction in the U.S. as of May, according to Federal Reserve data. Now let's see if this gets posted. Anyways, if you like my story time, please give me a comment. I would love to see your answers. And yes, I am going to see Mr. Bombay. It's time. Anyway, like this video. Give me a share. Give me more subs. And I will be back next month with another update on the hotel. And I'll definitely show you the picture on my phone of the actual booking. But until then, see you later.